Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from Ellijay, Georgia. What a beautiful weekend. Here I am right in the middle of Black History Month, having to live out my white shame. It's going to be a tough day. We're going to have to talk about the white shame that the governor from Virginia has exposed all of us to right here at Black History Month. Anyhow, we're going to get into that. Now, do you think it's a coincidence? I do not. You think it's a coincidence that this picture was found in a yearbook? Okay. Just saying. At an opportune time. Just saying. Black History Month. Just saying. You think so? Don't think it's a coincidence. We're going to go over that in just a minute. First of all, let's give all the props to Atlanta. I know the Super Bowl, but let's go to Atlanta first. And there's some things I'm about to say that okay. First of all, I did not take pictures of the halftime show. All right, I did not need to see that. But let's go to number 14. Okay. Now, this is going to be one of the most controversial comments I make today at 8:02 in the morning. Gladys Knight, yes. Okay. Outstanding job. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gladys Knight, soaring national anthem. All right. She's an Atlanta native. She kicked off the Super Bowl. First of all, let me give the highest props to the city of Atlanta. I mean, we'll be reading in the days to come, but what I'm aware of, the Super Bowl experience, the whole thing down there was packed every day. Atlanta, it looks like you have done an outstanding job. The state of Georgia has done an outstanding job hosting the Super Bowl. At this time, we do not have any professional football players in Buckhead that are accused of allegedly of murder. So that's the only thing we're waiting on. Okay, the last Super Bowl, remember, that's, just saying. So once that is completely off the table, 100% success. Great job, beautiful weather. Now, the thing about it is you will get upset with me when I say one of the reasons to pick Gladys Knight to do the national anthem. Okay. What football player is going to come out? Now, last night, there was no way whatsoever that any camera was going to catch anyone take a knee. Remember, that's the big controversy in the NFL. That is what took ticket sales down, viewership down. The controversy settled down this year. Viewership started back in the right direction for the NFL. But who was going to ever come out, one of those football players, and take a knee with Gladys Knight singing the national anthem? You can't lose there, okay? She did a great job. So that, we got through the national anthem. We did not see the knee. We did not see anything unpatriotic, okay? So we'll do a little more of our Super Bowl here. Now, for those of you that are upset, all right, let's go to number 17. For those of you that are upset that we have a Super Bowl that's 13-3, all right, a boring bowl, I have to tell you, there's this thing in football that's NFL players. They are supposed to be the best, the premier two teams. Although the controversy, let's get past the controversy of the Rams and the Saints, okay? The Rams came in with a good game plan, just not the right game plan to get past the Patriots defense. Patriots came in with a good game plan, just not enough to blow it out on the offense there with the Rams defense. Pretty simple, okay, cut and dry. But these guys, these 11 guys on defense are supposed to go out and stop the other team. And no matter what you say about the Rams, they were there for a reason. They're a good football team, period. Forget the whole Saints call, all right? But they're a good football team. Actually, the Patriots defense was a show to watch last night. Not Tom Brady. Now, I'm going to give for Georgia fans out there, there is number 26, Sony Michel, okay, with the only touchdown of the night, the only touchdown in the 13-3 win, okay. The Patriots missed a field goal early on, which would have made it 16-3, but 13-3 win, lowest scoring Super Bowl. I, for one, was not bothered by it. I mean, you know, I have watched the shootouts in the past. I've watched the blowouts in the past. I wasn't bothered by it because I thought the Patriots' defensive line, front line, I mean, they were amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. Now, you need to understand, Belichick won last night with defense, okay, number 16. Not high-powered offense, defense, okay? You realize all he had to have was the 2 field goals. The second one, he wins, all right? And if you remember, okay, Belichick started his career as a defensive coordinator with Bill Parcells. Spent a lot of time. He's a defensive guy, period, all right? And he really had a game plan last night in the Super Bowl. Those of you that are upset that Tom Brady has 6 Super Bowl rings, those of you that are saying, well, Bill Belichick, whatever you want to say, okay? The guy's got 6 Super Bowls. But I think he has 8. I think he has 2 with the Giants, right? 2 with the Giants as the defensive coordinator. I think that guy right there is sitting there with more Super Bowl rings than any other coach in NFL history. Send me the correction numbers if I'm wrong. I think so. So you can be a hater all day long. I'm not a Tom Brady fan by no means. And this guy was tough, okay. He was the MVP of the game, number 15. Edelman takes home MVP award, okay. As a tough little guy right there, he made the plays, and the Rams didn't cover him up much like they should have. Rams had really 2 guys to cover up. Gronkowski, Gronkowski, whatever. I can't get that one this morning. And Edelman, that's all they had to do was cover those 2 guys up. But Super Bowl, Atlanta, you did a great job. Now, the halftime show, you know, I like Maroon 5. You know, but if Janet Jackson couldn't go topless, why could this guy go topless? Just joking, okay? How about a halftime show where they grab some Leonard Skinner, some 38 Specials, some Blackfoot, some Molly Hatchet, you know, grab like 1 or 2 people that are left, mash them all together, and let's have a nice Southern Rock. It was in Atlanta. Halftime show, blow the place up. It would have been through the roof. But I don't know exactly what they really feel they're accomplishing with these halftime shows. But anyhow, it gives us something to talk about. So Super Bowl, whether you like it or not, Patriots have 6 rings. I do not think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback in the NFL history. I do not. I don't think he comes close to still Joe Montana, myself. Okay. I just don't. So anyhow, there you go. Now, that being said, it seems like, let's talk about this guy here, the governor of Virginia. Now, is he, okay, let's go to number 3 here, because number 3 is Joe and Minka. Northam meets with senior staff and considers options, including resignation. Now, there's Joe and Minka this morning, right out of the box. The Sunday shows yesterday, okay, and we will get into the CBS interview with the president. Worst interview, I think, worst interview that's been done since the guy was, you know, became president. But that being said, let's stay here. Northam, okay, Sunday shows, all Sunday. This morning, CNN, we'll go through these. Here are some of the top Democrats, okay? Let's look at number 4. Northam meets with senior staff and considers options, including resignation. Here are some of the top Democrats that have told him he needs to resign, okay? Why does he need to resign? Let's go with number 6. Now here is the Democrat governor of Virginia, Ralph Northam. Northam meets with seniors. Now, supposedly, that's him in blackface, okay? And this is his college yearbook page. So you have a yearbook page, belongs to you. You submit your pictures, okay? And what was his name again? Coon Man or something? I'm serious, all right? But this is supposedly he's in blackface. Now, let's not go down a deep discussion whether blackface is okay or not. Let's not go down that. But you know, I'll never forget, and let me tell these 2 quick stories, all right? There's a friend of mine that is a very prominent businessman today, well-educated, beautiful family. Nothing about this guy is racist. Prominent businessman. And here we are going trick-or-treating. And, you know, here we go trick-or-treating. And now we happen to be in New Jersey. We're not in the deep south of Mississippi, okay? We happen to be in New Jersey. Now, this is back in the days when we actually created a costume. We didn't go to the store and buy a costume off the shelf. Mom created a costume. And I never forget the neighbor kids showing up at the front porch of my house because we would meet there. Our house was on a corner in the subdivision, and we'd all meet there, and there's going to be like 7 or 8 of us 10-year-old kids that are going to go together trick-or-treating, and we'd all meet there. And I'll never forget the neighbor kid showing up. He's 10 years old, okay? And he had taken black shoe polish. This is a pretty white kid. He had taken black shoe polish, and he had polished his face completely black, his neck completely black, and his arms, okay? He was wearing a Mets hat, okay? He took a T-shirt and wrote Mets on the front and put Willie Mays on the back and Willie Mays' number because he wanted to go trick-or-treating as Willie Mays. Never forget it. And I'm going to tell you there's pictures. I know there's pictures. Because the moms used to get all of us kids on the front porch to take the pictures, okay? I'm not going to give you a kid's name. Well, he's a grown man today. Well, he wanted to be Willie Mays. So he shows up and we're like, what the heck? What are you doing? I'm Willie Mays. Whoa, okay, so you're Willie Mays. And then I'll never forget the year that my mom thought it was funny that I went as the Little Rascals buckwheat. Never forget. So I got this brown shoe polish all over me. She does the hair up and everything, has the whole Southern look. Really? There's pictures. Oh, hell yeah, there's pictures. All of us kids used to dress up. So this guy also, he admits to, what does he admit to? He admits to putting on shoe polish to do a Michael Jackson dance contest. My question is what shoe polish did he go for? Black Michael or white Michael, or, you know, did he go for the off-white shoe polish, the tan? Just where was he on the scale when he put the shoe polish on and put the glove? How many kids attempted to look like Michael Jackson at a dance contest in the 80s? Anyhow, okay, so supposedly they find this guy's yearbook picture. All right? And let's go with number 10. Democrats call for Virginia Governor Northam to step down. All right? And NAACP president is calling Northam should make amends. This is number 11. Go with number 11. This is Terry McAuliffe. Okay? This is Terry McAuliffe, number 11. He is the former governor of Virginia. Oh, he's got to step down. If he steps down, we can have the conversation. What conversation? But he can no longer lead, okay? And here we go. Northam's holds urgent staff meeting. And let's go with number 18 just for a minute. The other day, and this is not a hoax, Governor Ralph Northam, Republican Virginia. If you'll notice there, CNN has not apologized that I'm aware of yet for putting up the graphic that has him as a Republican. So let's go back to the blackface. All right. And supposedly Friday, this picture, let's go back to number 13. And supposedly this past Friday, this picture was found by a concerned citizen that sent it to a concerned citizen that sent it to a conservative news site to be exposed to give Democrats an opportunity to run this guy out of office for this guy here, number 1. Okay? Number 1, Justin Fairfax. Now, Justin Fairfax, okay, I don't want to get it wrong, but when he was sworn in, he had copies of his great-great-grandfather's papers of freedom as a slave. His name is Fairfax because of his surname is from the slave owner of the great-great-great-grandfather. And this guy is really black. He's a lieutenant governor. And if, just in time for 2020 in the election, if Northam steps down because of this picture 30 years ago, if Northam steps down because of this picture, Fairfax becomes governor of Virginia right here during Black History Month. It's not a coincidence, folks. There's something much bigger, because don't forget, it seems funny, just 2 days, remember the abortion controversy that Northam stepped into just 2 days before this? Wasn't it just like Wednesday, and then all of a sudden Friday, there's a way for Democrats to kumbaya and come together and run him out of office? One thing we got to pay attention to, isn't it? Haven't we totally lost it when we're trying to run this guy out of office for wearing black shoe polish 30 years ago on his face, but there was no outrage by Democrats just last Wednesday when this same governor did this? First of all, let's play the Twitter video. Let's play that one first, Josh. This is what started it all right here last week in Virginia.
So how late in the third trimester would you be able to do that?
You know, it's very unfortunate that our physicians, witnesses, were not able to attend today to speak specifically.
No, I'm talking about your bill. How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
Or physical health.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about the mental health.
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay, but to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
So, where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would make.
I understand that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
My bill would allow that, yes, on January 28th. Remember, it's just now February 4th. So on January 28th in Virginia, now this bill died, okay? It has not made it through the State House there in Virginia. But my bill allows that. A woman's dilated and has already started the birth process, and her bill would allow, this bill would allow the abortion at that time. This created outrage, all right? Now let me tell you something. What happened in New York, they signed it, got it over with, done and over with, all right? You see, there was no backlash. But this one right here, because Americans, remember, I think it's like 8%. I don't know who the 8% are. I think it's only like 8% of Americans are like, you can kill the baby up to birth, that are okay with that. Even the people that are pro-choice, that say, I'm pro-choice first trimester. I'm pro-choice second trimester, all right? We don't go down that road this morning. We go down the road of kill the baby right to birth. Only like 8% of Americans, I mean, America, I have to say, is not ready to actually hear, okay, that we're okay with making a determination on killing babies right at the birth. Okay, so that happened on February 28th. So what happened next? Roll the next video.
When Fairfax County Delegate Kathy Tran made her case for lifting restrictions on third trimester abortions, as well as other restrictions now in place. And she was pressed by a Republican delegate about whether her bill would permit an abortion, even as a woman is essentially dilating, ready to give birth. And she answered that it would permit an abortion at that stage of labor. Do you support her measure, and explain her answer?
Yeah, and I wasn't there, Julie, and I certainly can't speak for Delegate Tran, but I would tell you, first thing I would say is this is why decisions such as this should be made by providers, physicians, and the mothers and fathers that are involved. There are, when we talk about third trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way. And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities, there may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So I think this was really blown out of proportion.
There's not a single person in the world that supports that.
The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. And the infant would be resuscitated if that was the request of the mother. You got to understand, this baby is born. The infant would be delivered. It would be kept comfortable. And it would be resuscitated. America is outraged. We're not okay with that. We are not okay with that. We are not okay with knowing that the birth is completed, a baby is there. It's no longer a decision on viable fetus. They keep talking about a viable fetus. The baby is there, and the baby is being kept comfortable and can be resuscitated if the mother wishes. Now, that right there, now listen to me very closely. The first video with the third trimester and in labor, could we continue with an abortion? Yes. That was on the 28th, last Monday. Now, Monday is when that was done. It surfaced on Tuesday, the 29th. So on Monday, on the 28th, that was the testimony on the floor in the Virginia State House. On the 29th, that first video surfaced all over the internet, okay? There was such outrage. Northam, the Virginia Democrat. Now you got to understand, Democrats are okay with this. They're not outraged with New York. They're new abortion to birth. New York just passed Cuomo, whatever the hell you want to call him, Governor Cuomo of New York just signed the death sentence right to birth, okay, abortion bill, under the guise of women's health, even to the point they lit the top of the New World Trade Center pink in New York. They're trying to duplicate that bill now in Vermont. America's not okay with this, okay? Democrats are. Democrats are the party of death, and that's the bottom line. They are okay with murder, all right? We have to just let anything cross our border. I mean, it is outrageous for us to ask for any kind of details on what's crossing our border and coming into this country. But we're okay with murdering the born. Now, it's no longer the unborn. Remember when abortion was the unborn argument? We're okay now in Virginia with a governor, the born. Now, that happened. He goes on the 30th, right? On the 30th, he goes and he does that video, and we're going to keep the baby, right? We're going to keep the baby comfortable, all right? On February 1st, Big League Politics, a Republican-leaning or a conservative-leaning website, let's just say that, a conservative-leaning website, on February 1st, Friday, comes up with what picture? Show the picture again. I forget which one, where he's wearing the blackface, if you can just find out. Yeah. So, Tuesday, she's on the floor. That's Monday. I mean, Monday the 28th. The Democrat representative's on the floor with her bill explaining it would be okay right into dilation to murder a child. That's what her bill would do. It surfaces on the 29th, Tuesday, all right? There's outrage. So he goes, Northam goes, all right, on Wednesday on a radio show on the 30th, all right? On the 30th, he goes on a radio show. It says the baby would be born, kept comfortable, and resuscitated after the mother made a decision. There's so much outrage over that on the 31st, Thursday, that on Friday the 1st, okay, February 1st, this picture surfaces, and now there's a call for this governor's removal from office, for him to resign and walk out over this picture. I don't buy it, folks. I'm going to tell you why they found this picture. I'm going to tell you why a concerned citizen found a conservative, a concerned citizen, found a conservative-leaning website to publish it, and Democrats are trying to take him out right now, and it's not over this picture. Because let me tell you something, Democrats really don't have the problem with this that you think that they are portraying, okay? They don't. They are the party of Robert Byrd. They are the party of KKK. They know it. The Democrats are the party of slavery. They know it. They are the party that turned slavery in another direction to put the African American community in housing in inner cities. It said, hey, we're going to move the plantation from here to here. And they know it. They're not concerned over this as much as you think. I'm going to tell you what they're concerned over when we get back. This is not a coincidence that this happened this fast with this governor of Virginia. Take us to break, Josh.